Hey, good evening, all RDL referees. So this is something new that we're going to be doing within the RDL for not just this season, but for the next coming years, of doing feedback videos, video analysis, and eventually we'll have this up to webinars. We'll have some dialogues and back and forth discussing situations. So, a bit of a rough weekend. We had a lot of good, we had some bad, had quite a few injuries. I know the two substantial injuries that I had on my teams were just unlucky accidents. I wish both of those players the speediest recoveries, and hopefully they get to feeling better. So, I'm going to make this pretty short and sweet. One of the biggest issues that we're dealing with right now, whether the complaints are valid or not, it's something that we as referees, we need to look and assess what's going on. So, not just one referee or one game, it's across the variety of the games. Doesn't matter what we feel the people complaining, what their knowledge of the game is, it's something that we still need to address. So we're going to be going over charging, fair versus foul. Okay? So what is fair and what is unfair contact? So let's go ahead and move this up and shrink this down. So, the FIFA considerations are a very, very long list. There are over 200 different considerations when it comes to elements of the game. So in this case, we're focusing on fouls, careless, reckless, and using excessive force. So when a player is making a charge, we've all heard the term shoulder-to-shoulder contact. The big one that we need to think of, first and foremost, does the player have a chance to play the ball in a fair manner? So, is the ball within a yard of that player? That is the number one thing we need to be thinking when we have a shoulder-to-shoulder charge. Can they actually get to the ball? If an attacker, let's say a defender has possession of the ball and they have their back to the attacker comes up from behind, they have no way of fairly reaching the ball without either knocking over the defender or tripping them or going through them. So can they play the ball? And then do they show a lack of attention or consideration when making the challenge? So are they considering how hard they should push? Because every player has a right to their position on the field. Going through the back or through the front is not typically fair. Well, most of the time it's not fair. Sometimes your shoulder charges can be unfair. So what I wanted to do real quick is show this clip here, which shows a youth game. Mind you, it's very blurry, but a proper youth game shoulder charge. So it's at full speed. And we're going to bring it back real quick. And at quarter speed, the player is running. They're aware of each other. They're side by side. Black player drops his arm, pins it to his body, uses his shoulder and body to take his position on the field. He does not use excessive force. They don't slam into them or try and shove them to the ground, just enough that they can take their position on the field and take possession of the ball. Courtesy of a lot of other programs, there are dozens and dozens and dozens of different state entities that have things. So we're going to do this one right now. This is with courtesy of the Western Pennsylvania Referees Developmental Program about charging.
This week we're going to talk about charging and how to distinguish between fair and unfair shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Sometimes when you watch the initial play in live action and you watch the reaction of the opponent, it looks like it was a foul. But if the ball is within playing distance and the contact is shoulder to shoulder, the laws of the game do say that this is an opportunity to be fairly charged by your opponent. Now, in this clip, this is a charge from behind. The contact from the defender in blue is into the back of the opponent. This is a foul. In this case, even though the contact is shoulder to shoulder, the player in white is not contesting for the ball. And in this case, that would be a foul for charging. Now, just because the ball is within playing distance doesn't mean it's always a fair charge. Take a closer look at this replay. The defender in red initiates contact at the hip, not with the shoulder. That would be a foul. And then, in this final clip, the contact is with the shoulder to the chest of the opponent, which is a clear foul. You may also choose to apply misconduct. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, take a moment and click that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and as always, keep an eye.
So again, thank you to Western Pennsylvania Referees. There's tons of resources out there that you can easily just go Google and get some feedback. So, we saw what a youth shoulder charge should look like, and again, this is pretty simple, but you're going to come across, and this is part of experience, where size can make a big difference. So this is where you need to go back to your considerations of acting without precaution. Is it fair or unfair to the opponent after touching the ball? So this is one that I like. Doesn't matter what the referee decided to do in this game, they did call a foul, but this is a very clean shoulder-to-shoulder charge, and neither player had any issues with it. It slowed down. They both see each other. They both have an opportunity for the ball. They both go shoulder to shoulder. They get a little off balance, and that's part of what a shoulder charge is to take your position on the field and make your opponent off balance. What makes this a very clean tackle, or not tackle, sorry, a challenge, is that the hands stay to the side. At no point does either opponent throw their elbow out, put their arm out. It is strictly side by side, shoulder to shoulder, taking their position on the field. The ball is within playing distance of both players. They both have a legal right to challenge for the ball. They make contact, they both get off balance, and it looks like red comes out as the victor of this challenge. So this is a very quick summary, and it will not cover everything. There's so much more that we will get into when it comes to clips and whatnot. Now, there's a couple clips that I want to go over and a few points to make. Not necessarily just in charging, but in a variety of different issues of fouls and misconduct. So, this one is a charge. Blue/purple is in playing distance of the ball. White player is coming from behind, comes in from behind, taking the player down. They did not have a chance to play the ball in a fair manner. So that is why that one is a foul. And we're going to skip ahead here to 135. Again, white player could not play the ball fairly, ran into the back of purple, which is unfair contact. One of the considerations we need to look at when we have fouls is what would happen if the foul did not occur. So, in this case, if he was not fouled, purple would have taken control of the ball and most likely passed to a teammate and gone forward. Now, fortunately, the referee is right here and sees this happen, which is why our positioning is so important, that we need to make sure that we are right there on top of play. And our other one, going to go to 148. Oh, this one, yeah. So, this one has to do, and we'll get into this more, about serious foul play and misconduct. Things we need to be looking for as a referee, especially in physical games, is speed, force, and intensity. So, in this clip, we have white number 7 is running parallel to the touchline towards the goal line. This defender here is tracking at them and coming in from easily 15-ish yards, if not more, at full speed. As a referee, the minute you see two players coming together at full speed like this, you need to have alarms going off in your head, like, this can get bad. You need to be ready to intervene. And then the minute a player does this, they have launched themselves off the ground. The minute a player comes off the ground in a charge and an attack, they have no control over their body anymore, and it is incredibly dangerous because they have no way of pulling out of that charge they have no way of avoiding or changing direction. So in this case, yes, he touches the ball first, but that does not negate unfair contact because he immediately goes through the legs of this player and takes them down. That is not a clean tackle, that is unfair contact, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe this was a yellow card in this particular game. But again, the referee is right here, sees it, and immediately comes in to handle the situation, which helps to calm tempers down. As you see, he's immediately grabbing for his card, lets everyone know, I see it, I've got this under control, and it is being sanctioned. And last, we'll do 2 more clips real quick. This one right here. Not every contact is a foul, no matter how crazy it looks. So in this case, white player and purple both have playing distance of the ball. The white player is trying to cut back. Purple is the one who initiates the contact because they came running in to the white player. They slip and goes head over heels. No one is at fault for this. If anything, the purple player could potentially be called for a foul because they initiated the contact with the white player. It looks gruesome, and I hope the players are okay, but it was a simple incidental contact, part of the game. And the last one at the 3-minute mark, so no, not this one. Okay, so last little clip we'll cover real quick. So, black 20, white 17. So if we go off of our considerations that we just discussed earlier about the ability to play the ball, number 20 is moving this way, 17 is coming in this way. At this point, the ball is outside of the ability of the white player to play it, and he continues to go through the 20. So as we said before, if this foul did not happen, number 20 would be heading on to goal. So this is absolutely a foul because the white player had no chance to play the ball. Now, another thing too, intent doesn't matter. Oh, I didn't mean to do this, or, well, I think he meant to do this. We have no way of knowing what intent is. That is nothing in the laws that, oh, it was an accident, oh, it's okay. No, you still put your studs into their chest. Intent has nothing to do with play. I'll keep harping on that. It doesn't matter. White came in. He was not within playing distance to the ball. He came in and made contact, tripping up the black player. That's a foul. So, again, I've sent this out before. I will send it again to everyone else about, and this is also from the Tennessee VSRA, the FIFA considerations. It's a large list, and it takes years to get to this point, knowing all these different types of notes and line of visions and things like that. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but we're doing youth soccer. So first and foremost, the big thing is when we are doing youth soccer, I am more concerned about the health and welfare of the players. So take care of, if you have a game that's getting heated and you're trying to calm it down, you are in control of the temperature of the game. So little fouls, hammer them. Just blow the whistle, okay, we're going this way, away from goal. If both teams are fouling each other, then fine, blow for the foul, and have the ball coming out away from a goal. Because then you don't want to give someone an advantage by saying, okay, yeah, we'll give this to White, and White takes a direct free kick and they score. Send the ball going the other way. Eventually the players and the coaches will start to realize, okay, we're not going to get away with this anymore, we need to stop doing this. So, alright, this is just the first little test, and we will see how this goes. I will get this uploaded, and hopefully everyone will have it here soon. So, alright, thank you everyone.